The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
All right, we broke this news earlier about the Bears moving to Arlington Heights. Not so fast. Now they have started tearing up the land. There's a lot of bulldozers
Trust me,
up there.
there's nothing fast about the process we've learned. Don't worry about it.
Kenzie has discovered recently that stadiums take more than 1 year to build.
No matter how much money you put into them.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
She thinks, if you put more people on it, it could get done faster.
Yeah.
Like, there's not, you go down to Kennedy and there's...
The pyramids.
I was just about to say, you'd be great with the pyramids.
Okay, well, aliens built the pyramids. They're not building the stadium in Arlington Heights.
A lot of them.
I bet it was one. I bet it was
one
alien.
I bet everybody from Mars was busy.
You're the biggest enemy to labor laws right now. You're just like, just work all day. What's the problem? Just build the stadium.
That's not what I said. I said more people in a proper time frame, paid well.
With a lunch break. With
Yes.
a guaranteed lunch break.
With a union, more than one, if they feel like it. If they have an emergency call, they can take it. Because there's so many people there.
They're tearing up Arlington Heights, but there's no plans for the stadium yet. And a lot of cities jumped in saying, we want the Bears, like Aurora. And I think Waukegan jumped in, and then some of the South burbs.
Yeah, some tiny towns in there.
Everybody has land all of a sudden for a stadium.
That's what I'm talking about,
perfect.
baby.
All they can
I
put is
can't wait
tax
to
breaks.
burbs this thing. I'm so excited.
Well, don't look what's going to happen now, because the new rumor this week is they're going to just build the stadium right next door in the South lot, the South parking lot, which is the legendary.
The most anticlimactic thing to make it next door.
Well, it's typically Chicago, where the United Center, Chicago Stadium right there, they built the United Center next to it so they can still play in the stadium, tore that down. U.S. Cellular Field, now guaranteed rate, was Comiskey, tore that down, and then built it right next door. So why not keep that pattern going? And it's the only way the city can do what they want to do is keep the Bears in it for the tax base and, of course, to tax all of us $600 million to pay for it.
You said that earlier this morning that we still owe about $600 million on Soldier Field, and I just blacked out. That was tough.
Now, is that a Chicago tax or like? So like I live in Elgin. Do I pay that tax? Is it in Illinois or Chicago?
You're paying it.
Am I?
Yeah, look at your...
Well, now I'm agitated.
It's going to work out
You made a
worse for
decision.
you.
You got to stick with it.
Yeah, because the Park District owns the stadium, and it's an Illinois Park District situation, so you're probably got to...
I don't use that park.
You've been to Soldier Field?
Like once.
Okay,
And it was awful.
That's because you thought it was going to collapse inwards at the Taylor Swift
It
show.
was. It shakes.
Yeah.
It shakes.
Not when the Bears play, just when they have good musicians there. Nobody's shaking about the Bears.
Isn't that amazing that it doesn't really rock when the Bears are
Yeah,
playing?
'cause I have gone to Bears games and it did not shake.
A
No.
little sleepy.
It's a shame. That's why we don't need to leave, this great memories of Soldier Field behind and go to Arlington Heights, which I was all in for. But if they can build it next door, I'm actually okay with that too.
Why would you be okay with that?
Because I'm closer to it.
They moved it 10 feet closer to your house. That's great.
Actually, it's kind of nice. Yeah. Saves about 0.3 seconds off my commute to a Bears game.
Thank God.
Now, it sucks that the South lot will disappear because that's the party lot. That is the party tailgate lot. And I guess we talked earlier and we found out that, of course, Soldier Field is no longer a landmark because they ruined it when they built what they did. So they can tear it down. I still want a skate park. They should leave it alone, keep it like it is, and have a skate park right next door.
A skate park?
Yeah.
You don't skate.
I know.
Or has he ever?
No, the idea of becoming a skateboarder is exciting to me. And so if it's there, I know
You're
I'll
not going to
skateboard.
become a skateboarder.
That's not, how much you bet if they turn Soldier Field into a skate park that I'm all in on that?
I would bet everything I have.
Well, you don't have that much because the taxes for Soldier Field are bleeding you dry in Elgin.
Oh, my
You're
God.
paying for that.
Now, Brian, you do realize there's a skate park less than a mile from Soldier Field. There's the Grant Park skate park is right there.
Doesn't matter to him.
That's not what he wants.
Is that Maggie Daly Park? Is it in there?
It's in Grant Park.
Okay.
Like, when you walk over that bridge, there's the farthest south bridge by the Aurelio's Pizza.
I know where that is.
Yeah, there's a skate park right there.
I haven't seen
Yes, so you know where the food is.
I
There's
do
a
know
place where you can exercise near it.
it. Huh.
I
Hey,
know
new
this
year,
is
new
news
you.
to you.
You're going to start losing some weight soon.
We're making some changes January 8th.
No. This is what's so annoying is Brian came up with a weight loss challenge and said we have to do a weight loss challenge in January.
Yep.
Which I'm pregnant, so I don't think that's fair.
You're not in it. You're not in it. You're good.
Okay, I'm like that's okay.
You're
he just wants
fishy.
to actually win something.
Yeah.
So he comes up with a weight loss challenge on him, picks the month,
Mm-hmm.
and then goes, "Well, I can't do it the first day of January because of football, so it's going to
college
start January
football's on.
2nd." And now he has said this week with his self-imposed challenge. Well, we're obviously not going to start to the 8th because it's just a waste because I'm not going to be on air for a little bit because there's going to be like a vacation coming up.
Why do it if I can't talk about it?
Oh my God. For your health, for your children, so you can walk Harper down the aisle so Megan's not alone, so you don't die, so you look better.
Why are you talking crazy?
So your skin clears up.
What else?
I mean, it's just unbelievable. Your gums would look better
That's
if you
true.
started having some vegetables.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So it is Friday, 9:30-ish, and time for the weekend Q101. So stuff going on in and around Chicagoland you may not be aware of. So, Case, why don't you start off? What are you going to give us?
Oh, my goodness. Well, normally I have a whole list of concerts.
Yeah.
Not this week. Twisted Christmas tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious what's going on.
Only show you need to know about. Kenzie will talk more about that in just a second.
See?
And then if you want more music, find the Lawrence Arms are playing at the Metro tomorrow. I think there are still tickets for that. But
You just had to sneak one in, didn't you?
well, they're a Chicago band.
I know.
Yeah. I got to show love. But the big thing post Twisted Christmas, if you're still alive and looking to rage downtown Chicago this weekend, Pete Davidson is at the Riv tomorrow and Sunday. And
Wow.
tickets are still available for that. You can get that link on Q101.com on the Weekend Q101 blog.
At the Riv.
At the Riv.
God.
Very, very close to the air gun.
It is.
You know,
Yes.
Brian, I think you know this phenomenon. Kenzie, I don't know how often you come across this, but you see a person from a certain distance and they look like that person, and then you get up close to them and they look like an entirely different person. I'd like to see Pete Davidson at the Riv because I feel like he'd look way different from 5 feet away than we all think of Pete Davidson.
Yeah, you're not getting 5 feet from him, though.
I'm not. I'm not allowed.
Somebody might.
The
but I
security
mean,
guard heard about me.
Yeah, I think he looks like far away, but up close, I bet he looks completely different.
I just feel like his face is probably a different shape.
I don't think so.
You don't
'Cause
know?
he's not a big Photoshopper. Have you seen his pictures?
Oh, well, I mean, he also
There's not even a filter on those. I think it's going to look a lot like that.
he's also got an incredible resume, so I don't think those girls that he dates are
But
going
he
to
doesn't care about it. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think they're going to run away if they say, "Oh, you don't look like that far away."
No, but he doesn't edit his photos. Like I think he looks a lot like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like him as a physical being, Kenzie?
What like would I like
Is he
hook up with him?
Is he attractive?
Yeah.
Not really my type. Personally, he's so skinny, and I'm just. And my thing is I can't date really like lean men because. They don't. It's not that they look bad. It's just that I'm not super lean, and I always I don't want to freak out if I step on your foot. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
You don't want to break him.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like, oh, I love when I'm like, oh, should we get a snack? And I don't need somebody being like, no. I'm gonna feel awful about myself. I'm like, sorry, I was kidding. I don't.
That's silly me. I don't want ice
I
cream.
want a late night snack. I was a joke. I was making fun of people who would want that.
I go to export 14 times a week. I got 12% body fat. We're not getting ice cream,
No,
Kenzie.
yeah, no, I'm lean and mean over here, obviously. So
God.
I like a layer of protection from the winter. It's my preference.
There's people, by the way, when we come in, I drive in at 4 in the morning on Lakeshore Drive jogging out there when it was 15 degrees.
Oh.
What an a-hole.
What a
Seriously, stop
Actually,
that.
So I gave Brian a ride home. Was it Wednesday night from Twisted?
That was after Wednesday Twisted, yes.
And we drove past a gym, and there was a guy at a treadmill, and Brian and I talked crap about him the entire. We're like, what a piece of crap. He would pick the gym with the clear glass. He's just there for attention.
Yeah.
Here's this guy trying to better himself.
This guy has no idea how much of a jerk we think he is.
Yeah.
And he's doing something to improve his life and
By
be a good
himself,
person.
We were so bitter.
We flamed him for all the way the rest of my ride home.
That's all we talked about.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about anybody who performed.
Jerk.
Oh my God.
Out there on a treadmill.
Yeah. He only does it at night because the bright lights you can see
Oh,
through
yeah.
the window. There's a glare during the day.
That's gonna
well,
be you. That's gonna be you 1 month from today.
I'm all in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
But we just got January 8th, 2024 starts, though. It doesn't start when I'm still on vacation.
This is going to be the worst. I can't wait to see you gain weight during this challenge.
I'm going to get down to
We're weighing you, though, in January 1st. I want to weigh you.
I'm watching the Michigan game, eating
No,
chili.
because I want to watch you go up on the first weigh in.
Well, you know what? To be honest, I want to go as up as possible before we start it too, so I can drop it easier.
Yeah, it'll just be funny to watch the first week you gain 15 pounds.
I'll be eating chili on the scale.
Are you going to come in like Jabba the Hutt the first week of January? How big are you planning on getting?
I want to beef up to 260 before we get there because I got to get to 220. If I can lose 40, then you'll have to lose whatever, 45 or 41 or whatever. You still haven't decided what you want to lose.
I don't know how much I weigh.
All right, we'll
But
figure
how
it
much
out.
mentally do you think you want to lose? Pounds.
All his brain.
How much do you think you want to lose?
Mentally, I'd like to lose it all. Like 25 pounds.
You think you're a 25 pounder?
Because I'm about 250, I think.
You're in the zone. So
I'm
you
in the
want to be
zone.
you want to be about 225, you think?
I feel like if I told somebody I weighed 225 pounds, they'd be like, that's healthy-ish.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want.
I think you hide it well.
Thanks, man. Baggy clothes.
Yeah.
Changed my
I
life.
feel like a grizzly bear.
Kenzie, so weekend Q101, what do you got?
Oh, okay. You may have heard of a little thing called Twisted Christmas that we were talking about all week. So tonight is the grand finale. We got Little Image. That's the opener's opener.
Yep.
Then we have the Gaslight Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
And then Young the Giant. So
Yeah.
tonight's going to be really fun because I feel like people are letting loose a little bit more because most people, they don't have to work tomorrow. It's a Friday night. So it's going to be a super good time. This is my wrap up of my first Twisted Christmas ever.
I know you're burnt out. We're all a little ragged today, but
Yes.
really, the experience for you, has it been, as your first one, so incredible and memorable and
I
everything
learned okay, so everybody, we know the headliners each night, obviously.
Yeah.
I know what all of them sound like.
Black Keys, Bleachers, Lovejoy.
So, to me, I always expect a headliner to be good. So it's hard for a headliner to impress me because I'm like, well, that was the point. But, this is what you got paid for. But I've loved watching the openers to the openers and then the openers.
Sure.
I thought Mr. Rice for the first time. I was so blown away by her voice in person last night.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. And it's like she almost gave me a Paramore energy, the way she runs around the stage.
I want to
was
see her.
blown away
I
by
want to
that.
see her steps. I want to see her health app on her phone.
Holy crap. I thought she had such a cool vibe. I thought her voice, you could tell she was singing live, and she was like, I love that she was just louder than all the instruments. Like, that's how big her voice is. But that doesn't happen a lot when you go see. It's like sometimes you can't even hear lyrics of a lot of the groups that come in, and she could out-sing instruments, so that blew me away. One of my favorites that we saw was, I call them Brenda Had a Baby, but Bridget Calls Me Baby.
They won us all over, Chicago band.
Oh my God. Again, I thought their set, they're much more mild. So that was a really, really cool night because I thought it slowly amped up because I felt like White Reaper is mid-tempo, right? And then you really hit heavy. Case has his hand up, but then you really hit heavy with the opener. So I loved them. I thought that was a really cool way to start the evening. It was just vibey and moody.
Yeah.
So my favorite part of Twisted Christmas has actually been really all the openers because I hadn't seen most of them, and that was really cool.
That's amazing.
I do want to point out for anybody that either wants more Bridget Calls Me Baby or maybe has FOMO from missing them at Twisted Christmas, they announced the show yesterday. They are playing Schubas on Saturday, March 2nd. Tickets go on sale for that today at 10 o'clock. So
Okay.
get
That would
tickets
be
for that.
cool with them.
I
Yes.
know, but I didn't want to mention that
You didn't want to mention that?
because I'm going. I want to go, and I don't want to be all jammed in the Schubas. I don't want to.
That's gonna happen.
I don't want
I'm
anybody.
sorry. Do you think you're the only person who's gonna talk about this show?
You
I
put
don't-
10 people in Schubas. It's jammed in
I
Schubas.
understand that, and I might be thinner by March. We'll see. But
You're gonna be huge.
Well, you know
He's
what?
gonna be auditioning for my 600-pound life. He's gonna go the opposite direction.
All right, the rest of this stuff at Q101.com. The weekend Q101 Case has a great blog set up there. If you want to check it out, go there right now. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. All right, we made it. A little bit closer to the finale of Q101's Twisted Christmas tonight at the Aragon. You get the Gaslight Anthem and Young the Giant. And, Kenzie talking about it there in the weekend Q101. Remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Case, they both get headliner sets
Yes, Young the Giant might get like 10 more minutes, but Gaslight Anthem's playing a big ol' set tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
I've said it before. The Gaslight Anthem record that came out this year is one of the best things I heard in 2023. I love them. I've seen them before. They're great. I'm really excited for them tonight.
Yeah. So there's a couple tickets left. So if you go to Q101.com, remember with the Aragon, you can buy that ticket. And you get there at the right time. It's still front row. Get in there, the barricade, get it right up front.
I just can't wait till we get sued a bunch, and you're gonna have to answer to everybody.
Why?
Because you've promised everybody front row tickets all week.
Did you hear me
you've
say-
added no disclaimer.
I did not promise anything there. I just said if you are a lunch pail person and you want to work, like most people don't want to work anymore. Like
Amen, brother. Go off, King.
I can't sit here and do this.
No, you're onto something. Go.
Then you can get yourself in there and fight and live your dreams out in the
And
barricade.
fight. Please don't come in and fight.
No, not
There are like literally high schoolers coming to the show. Why would you say that?
fight your way up energetically and don't hurt anybody, of course.
Fight
Energetically.
your way metaphorically.
Yes, come on now. Jeez. All right, here we go. Takeaways from the show. We'll see you tonight at the Aragon. But takeaways, what do you got, Case?
Yeah, our friend Mitch from Posen checked in. He said, takeaway, Soldier Field is a landmark and can't be torn down. So just like in the SpongeBob movie where there were neighboring Krusty Krabs, we'll now have two Soldier Fields next to each other.
Very factual. How it's going to end up.
It's gonna look really nice.
Soldier Field 2 is cool.
Kenzie, what do you got?
Alex Sexton said takeaway D's Nuggets is an untapped market.
Facts.
I'm still waiting on that menu item.
If someone's not selling that by Monday, they're missing out.
It's true.
All you got to do is just, same thing, just change the name.
Yes, we know, Brian.
Pretty easy.
I understand the concept.
Marketing genius.
You don't have to come up with a new recipe.
Or a new shape, even.
Anything, right?
New shape.
Finally, from Indiana, Annie checking in. Takeaway. Kenzie shot JFK with a chicken wing. Now, you might not understand those things. You didn't listen to every minute. Shame on you. Go to the podcast, Q101.com, anywhere you get your podcast. It'll be
A
the...
lot of chicken talk this week, eh?
Yeah, shocking. Shocking.
I didn't even realize.
And also tomorrow morning, 8 to 10, got the throwbacks. So Brian and Kenzie throwbacks.
It's going to be a lot of chicken talk.
a lot of
A
chicken.
week like this, don't miss it.
And Monday, Limp Bizkit tickets at 8 a.m. for that show coming up next year. A lot going on, so we'll see you tonight.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.